Do you ever feel like you're going in circles? You wake up each morning filled with ambition, yet by nightfall, the same frustrations remain. You keep promising yourself, tomorrow will be different, only to find that tomorrow mirrors today. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're simply missing a core principle that high achievers uncovered long ago. Today, I'll reveal that principle to you. What if I told you that dedicating just 60 minutes a day could completely transform your life? Not 5 hours, not 10 hours, just one focused hour. Many believe transformation requires enormous effort, perfect conditions, or rare talent. That's false. Real progress begins with one consistent hour of intentional action every single day. The issue isn't a lack of time, it's not knowing how to use the time you already have. Welcome to Fluent English with Orion, where small adjustments create massive impact. Today, you'll discover the exact method that turns ordinary individuals into achievers, dreamers into doers, and wishers into winners. The strength of one daily hour. Here's a tough truth. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they waste time. They scroll endlessly on their phones, binge meaningless clips, and dwell on their struggles. But they refuse to invest even 1 hour into solving them. 1 hour is just 4% of your day. 4%! You likely waste more than that stuck in traffic or waiting in line. Yet this single hour, if used properly, has greater power than the other 23 combined. Why does 1 hour matter so much? Because it's not about the clock, it's about what the time represents. It represents your commitment to yourself, your faith in your future, your choice to stop being a prisoner of circumstance and become the architect of your own life. Think about the successful figures you look up to. What's their common thread? They know success is built one decision, 1 hour, one day at a time. They don't sit around waiting for perfect opportunities. They generate progress through consistent effort. Take Leonard Hale, who spends 5 to 6 hours reading every day. Or Maya Rivers, who gets through 50 books a year. Or Samuel Ortiz, who meditates every morning. What do they understand that most people overlook? They understand that daily rituals shape destiny. They understand that small, steady actions multiply into extraordinary outcomes. But here's the piece most people miss. You don't need 5 hours like Leonard Hale. You don't need to plow through 50 books like Maya Rivers. All you need is to dedicate one concentrated hour of growth each day. 1 hour of reading equals 365 hours in a year. That's the equivalent of a 15-week college semester, entirely focused on your personal goals. 1 hour of practicing a skill daily will make you more capable than 95% of people in that area within just 2 years. The math is simple, but the results are life-altering. Most people exaggerate what they can achieve in a single day and underestimate what they can achieve in a year. An hour may look small, but multiplied across 365 days, it becomes enormous. Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop hoping for miracles. Begin with 1 hour. That's your base. That's your launch pad. That's your road to the life you want. Now, seize your first hour. This is the most important decision you'll make today. What will you do in the first 60 minutes after waking up? Most people give this priceless time away without realizing it. They grab their phones, check texts, scroll feeds, and let someone else's priorities hijack their day. Big mistake. Massive mistake. Life-altering mistake. How you begin your day shapes how you live your life. And this isn't just motivational fluff, it's neuroscience. Your brain is at its sharpest, most focused, and most capable in that first hour. Your willpower is strongest. Your concentration is at its peak. And what do most people do with this golden hour? They waste it. Picture this. You wake up and instantly reach for your phone. Within minutes, you're staring at problems you can't fix, drama you don't need, and highlight reels that make you feel worse about your own journey. Your mind, which woke up ready for growth, quickly gets flooded with noise, negativity, and endless distractions. By the time you're prepared to actually start the day, your mental fuel is already drained. Your attention is fragmented. Your emotions are influenced by things that have nothing to do with your ambitions or your reality. You've surrendered control of your thoughts to algorithms, marketers, and strangers who don't even know you exist. Here's what high achievers do differently. They guard their first hour like it's priceless, because it is. They use this sacred time to wire their minds for success instead of letting the outside world condition them for mediocrity. Instead of checking what others are doing, they check in with themselves. Instead of absorbing other people's noise, they create clarity for their own path. Instead of reacting to life, they intentionally design it. Your first hour should be untouchable. No phone, no feeds, no headlines, no distractions. Just you, your vision, and your growth. Use this time to read something that stretches your thinking. Write out your top priorities. Visualize victories. Map out your moves, move your body, nourish your soul. When you control your first hour, everything shifts. You step into the day as the director of your story, not a background character in someone else's. You become proactive instead of reactive. You set the tone instead of letting the world dictate it. Maybe you're thinking, but I'm not a morning person. Let me be clear. Success doesn't adjust itself to your preferences. Champions aren't born prepared. They make themselves ready. They train their habits. They forge their discipline. And you can do the same. Starting tomorrow, make a pact with yourself. Before you give your attention to the outside world, give it to your inner world. Before you peek at someone else's life, check in with your own. Before you consume content, create forward movement. The first hour is when you are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually strongest. Don't squander this gift on draining activities. Use it to elevate yourself. Because when you win the morning, you win the day. And enough victorious days build a victorious life. Plan before you act. Most people fail not because they lack effort, but because they mistake busyness for productivity. They burn energy but lack direction. They take action, but often the wrong kind. Before you use that powerful hour, you must answer one crucial question. Where am I headed? If you don't know the destination, any road will take you there, and usually to places that don't matter. Direction is everything. It's the line between spinning your wheels and moving forward, between being busy and being effective, between working hard and actually producing results. Here's where most people go wrong. They leap into activity without clarity. They start doing before deciding what truly needs to be done. They act without aiming. That's like trying to hit a target in the dark. You might get lucky once, but you'll mostly miss. Top performers do the opposite. They aim before they fire. They plan before they act. They get clear on the destination before starting the journey. Before you begin your hour, invest just 3 minutes in sharpening your focus. Ask yourself, What skill am I strengthening today? What problem am I solving right now? What measurable progress will I achieve? Why does this matter for my future? Don't just think about the answers, write them down. Writing transforms a vague intention into a concrete commitment. It's like signing a contract with yourself. The strength of why your why is your fuel. When you know why you're doing something, the how becomes clearer. A powerful why creates persistence. A weak why creates excuses. For example, don't just say, I want to read more. That's too fuzzy. Instead, I'm reading 30 minutes daily to sharpen my communication skills because stronger communication will help me grow in my career and build deeper connections. Now you have clarity. Now you have power. Your brain craves precision. Give it a target. Instead of, I want to get better at writing, say, I'm writing 500 words each day to develop storytelling mastery because great storytellers influence people and inspire change. Instead of, I want to learn business, say, I'm studying marketing for 45 minutes daily so I can grow my side business to $5,000 a month. See the difference? The first statements are wishes. The second are structured plans. Wishes wait for outcomes. Plans create them. Focus on one main goal. Here's another truth. Your brain cannot excel when pulled in too many directions. Choose one core skill, one main project, one central goal for your daily hour. Master it before moving on. Clarity on paper becomes laser focus in action. When you know exactly what you're pursuing and why it matters, every minute of your hour becomes potent. Every move has purpose. Every effort brings you closer to success. Direction transforms scattered activity into concentrated progress. And focused progress is what sets achievers apart from everyone else. Guard your hour like treasure. Now that you've claimed your hour and defined how to use it, the hardest challenge comes next. Protecting it. Because the world will constantly try to steal it. Not with force, but with endless small distractions. Your phone will buzz. Someone will ask for just 5 minutes. An urgent email will pop up. A family member will need something. A friend will call with drama. And suddenly your growth hour is gone, traded away for other people's priorities. You need to grasp something essential. That hour isn't free time. It's not flexible time. It's not a slot you can afford to lose. It's the single most valuable hour of your entire day because it's the hour that shapes your future. Think of it like this. If someone tried to steal $100 from you, would you just hand it over? Absolutely not. Well, that hour is worth far more than $100. It holds the value of your dreams, your ambitions, your potential, and your future achievements. Don't let anyone take it from you. Here's what must be done. Establish boundaries. Not soft suggestions, not loose guidelines, real firm boundaries that you consistently enforce. Tell your family, from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., I'm unavailable unless there's an emergency. This is my growth time. Tell your friends, I don't respond to calls or messages during my morning hour. I'll reply afterward. Tell your colleagues I start checking emails at 8 a.m., not earlier. Some people won't like this. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you're distant. They'll try to guilt you. Don't fall into that trap. People who neglect investing in themselves often resent those who do. And that's their issue, not yours. Here's the reality. If you don't value your own time, no one else will. If you don't defend your priorities, other people will happily fill your schedule with theirs. Successful individuals are skilled at saying no. They turn down good opportunities so they can say yes to great ones. They reject urgent but unimportant distractions so they can focus on important but less urgent pursuits. Think of your growth hour as a garden. Without a fence, weeds will take over. Those weeds are distractions, interruptions, and other people's demands. Build the fence, protect the garden, guard what's precious, create physical barriers too. Shut the door, silence your phone, turn on airplane mode, or move to a quiet spot. Some even leave their homes to protect that sacred hour. Do whatever it takes to eliminate interruptions. And remember, this isn't about being rude or antisocial. It's about being committed. Committed to your future. Committed to your goals. Committed to becoming the version of yourself you know you can be. Those who matter will understand. Those who don't understand don't matter. Your future self will thank you for guarding this time. Your present self will feel proud for having the discipline to protect it. Every time you keep that hour safe, you earn self-respect. Every time you give it away, you lose confidence in yourself. Choose respect. Choose discipline. Choose your future over distractions. Learn during your hour knowledge is powerful, but only when applied. Many treat learning like entertainment. They consume random information with no clear direction. That's not learning, that's just killing time. Real learning is intentional. It's purposeful. It's aimed at solving specific problems and achieving clear outcomes. When you approach it this way, everything changes. During your daily hour, commit at least 30 minutes to learning something directly tied to your goals. Not random trivia, not fun, but useless facts. Focused knowledge that propels you forward. If your dream is to launch a business, study successful entrepreneurs. Read their books, listen to their talks, learn their methods. If your goal is better health, dive into nutrition and exercise science. If you want stronger relationships, study communication and psychology. If financial freedom is your aim, study money management and investing. Be selective with your learning material. Not all knowledge has the same value. Some books, courses, and resources can change your life. Others will only waste time. Prioritize content created by people who've already achieved what you're striving for. Read biographies of those who've excelled in your field. Study case studies of companies that built what you want to build. Seek guidance from mentors who've already walked the road you want to travel. This isn't just gathering information, it's acquiring a blueprint. And here's a technique to make it powerful. Active learning. Don't just read or listen passively. Take notes. Ask questions. Link new ideas to what you already know. Rephrase what you've learned in your own words. That process turns raw information into real understanding. And remember this key principle: quality always beats quantity. It's far better to fully grasp one powerful concept than to skim through 10 shallow ones. Read fewer books, but finish them. Take fewer courses, but complete them thoroughly. Build a learning system. Keep a notebook dedicated to your growth hour. Fill it with insights, memorable quotes, and practical ideas. Review those notes often. That repetition helps shift knowledge from short-term memory into long-term mastery. Don't just chase new topics. Find smarter ways to improve what you already know. If you're good at something, aim to become excellent. If you're excellent, aim for world class. Continuous improvement in your current strengths often delivers far greater returns than constantly chasing entirely new skills. Stay updated in your field. Industries evolve quickly. What worked 5 years ago may be outdated today. Subscribe to professional publications. Follow leading voices. Attend online events. Keep your knowledge sharp and relevant. But here's the key: learn with the intent to apply. Every piece of information you absorb should connect to an action you can take. If you can't apply it, don't waste time learning it. The goal isn't to stockpile trivia, it's to become more effective. The most successful people are lifelong learners. They never stop expanding their knowledge because they know that in a fast-changing world, the only way to stay relevant is to keep learning. Make learning a daily ritual, and success will become your lifestyle. Practice during your hour. Here's where most people stumble. They learn but never practice. They study but never apply. They know but they don't do. And knowledge without execution is useless. 1 hour of practice outweighs 10 hours of theory. Why? Because practice transforms knowledge into skill. Practice turns understanding into capability. Practice converts potential into performance. You don't become an outstanding speaker by just reading about communication. You become one by actually speaking. You don't master writing by memorizing grammar rules. You master it by writing consistently. You don't develop business acumen by watching business videos. You develop it by taking business actions. Devote at least 30 minutes of your daily hour to hands-on practice. If you're studying programming, write actual code. If you're learning sales, rehearse your pitch. If you're studying a new language, hold conversations. If you're building a business, work on your plan. Practice doesn't need to be flawless, it just needs to be real. Every session of practice makes you sharper. Every application builds confidence. Every action moves you closer to mastery. Practice also gives you something theory alone never can: feedback. By practicing, you instantly see what works and what fails. You discover strengths and weaknesses. You pinpoint areas for improvement. This feedback loop accelerates growth. Make your practice targeted and measurable. Apply the 80-20 rule. Spend 80% of your effort on the 20% of skills that produce the biggest results. If you're learning sales, spend more time perfecting closing techniques than memorizing product details. If you're studying marketing, focus more on crafting irresistible offers than memorizing endless theories. Practice deliberately. Don't just go through the motions. Stretch yourself slightly beyond your comfort zone. If it feels too easy, you're not growing. Seek challenges that push your boundaries. Track your practice. Keep a log of what you did, how long you practiced, and what you learned. This record will let you see progress over time, spot patterns, and identify where you need extra focus. Here's one powerful technique: teach what you learn. If you can clearly explain a concept to someone else, it means you truly understand it. Share what you know, create videos, write blog posts, deliver presentations. Teaching forces you to structure your knowledge and exposes gaps in your understanding. Remember this: practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. If you keep rehearsing something the wrong way, you'll simply get very skilled at doing it incorrectly. That's why it's critical to practice the right way. Seek feedback from people with expertise. Study proven methods. Adjust your approach based on the outcomes you're getting. The true purpose of practice isn't flawless performance, it's steady improvement. Every hour you spend practicing is an investment in your future competence. Each skill you sharpen becomes a permanent tool in your arsenal. Practice is the bridge that turns knowledge into real power. Reflect, refine, repeat. Too many people rush from one day to the next without pausing to evaluate how they're doing. They stay busy doing without asking if they're doing the right things. That's a major mistake. Reflection is what transforms experience into wisdom. It's what converts scattered activity into intentional progress. It's what separates the perpetually busy from the consistently better. Don't just think about your progress, write it down. Physically putting your thoughts on paper activates different parts of your brain and helps you process at a deeper level. Keep a simple journal dedicated to your growth sessions. Reflection reveals patterns. Maybe you absorb knowledge more effectively in the morning than at night. Maybe you stay more focused with physical books than digital ones. Maybe you practice more efficiently when you set strict time limits. These insights allow you to optimize your approach. Reflection also allows you to acknowledge wins. It's easy to fixate on the distance left to travel and overlook how far you've already come. When you reflect regularly, you notice your progress, which boosts both confidence and motivation. But reflection alone isn't enough. The next step is refinement. Based on what you've learned about yourself and your process, make small, smart adjustments. If something isn't working, change it. If something is working well, double down. Refinement doesn't require an overhaul. It's about minor, intelligent tweaks. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier. Maybe it's altering your study environment. Maybe it's swapping out reading for podcasts on your commute. The key is to experiment systematically. Change just one variable at a time. Stick with it for at least a week. Measure the results. Keep what works. Drop what doesn't. This methodical approach to improvement accelerates progress faster than guesswork ever could. Here's what most people overlook. The process is more important than the outcome of any single day. Some days you'll feel like you've made incredible progress. Other days it will seem like you barely moved forward. Both are normal. What matters most is consistency in the process, not perfection in every session. Build feedback loops. Do weekly reviews to assess your progress across 7 days. Do monthly reviews to check your overall trajectory. Do quarterly reviews to decide if your goals or methods need adjusting. This cycle of reflect, refine, and repeat is what transforms good intentions into great outcomes. It's what turns vague wishes into structured progress. It's what separates those who merely try from those who truly succeed. Always remember, you're not only developing skills during your dedicated hour, you're building a lifelong system for growth. You're cultivating the ability to learn anything, improve anything, and accomplish anything. This meta skill of continuous self-improvement will serve you for the rest of your life. Don't rush the process. Don't skip reflection. Don't avoid refinement. These steps may look small, but they are exactly what turn your daily hour into a habit that changes everything. Build discipline, the cornerstone of success. Everything we've discussed up to this point relies on one essential ability: showing up consistently even when you'd rather not. That ability is called discipline, and it's the single most valuable skill you can develop. Discipline is what pulls you out of bed when you'd prefer to stay under the covers. Discipline is what gets you to open a book instead of turning on the TV. Discipline is what drives you to practice when procrastination feels easier. Discipline is the bridge between setting a goal and actually achieving it. Let's be clear, motivation can't be trusted. Some mornings you'll feel inspired, others you won't. If your commitment to your growth hour depends on motivation, you will stumble. Motivation is like the weather, always shifting. Discipline is like the sunrise, dependable, steady, there every day, no matter what. This is why discipline is so vital to your success. It gives you the focus, consistency, and resilience required to overcome setbacks and stay on track. Real growth is slow, often uncomfortable, and always requires unwavering commitment. Here's the truth about discipline. It's not about being extraordinary. It's about making firm decisions ahead of time and sticking to them, regardless of how you feel later. It starts with tiny choices. The choice to get up when the alarm rings, the choice to put your phone in another room during your learning hour, the choice to keep practicing even if results don't come instantly. These small, consistent choices build your discipline muscle. Yes, discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Each time you follow through on what you promised yourself, especially when you don't feel like it, you strengthen that muscle. Every commitment you honor builds proof that you can trust yourself. Start with small wins. Don't try to completely overhaul your life overnight. Choose one minor commitment and stick to it relentlessly. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. Maybe it's making your bed every day. Maybe it's reading 5 pages before touching your phone. These tiny actions might feel trivial, but they're laying the foundation of something powerful: self-trust. When you prove to yourself that you can honor small commitments, you build confidence in your ability to handle bigger ones. Here's a powerful strategy: remove the decision from the moment. Instead of deciding each day whether to do your growth hour, decide once that it will always happen at the same time. Treat it as non-negotiable. Support your discipline by shaping your environment. If you want to read more, scatter book throughout your space and tuck your phone away. If you want to exercise, set out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to write, have your computer ready with the document open. Make the right choice easy and the wrong choice hard. And here's the encouraging part: discipline actually becomes easier with time, not harder. The first week is tough. The first month is a challenge. But after that, new behaviors start becoming automatic. What once required heavy willpower starts requiring little effort at all. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up or quit. Simply get back on track the next day. The objective isn't to never fail. It's to fail less often and recover faster. Discipline in one area of life spills over into others. Once you develop discipline around your daily learning hour, you'll notice it showing up in your work, your health, your relationships, even your finances. Discipline transfers across domains. Lasting transformation doesn't happen in a single leap. It happens gradually through small, consistent daily actions. And consistency only exists when discipline is in place. Build this foundation first, and every other success becomes achievable. I'll soon be releasing a full video dedicated entirely to building discipline, packed with specific techniques and practical strategies to master this essential skill. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so you don't miss it. For anyone serious about growth, it's going to be a game changer. We've walked through the full framework, claiming your first hour, guarding it against distractions, learning with intention, practicing with focus, reflecting for growth, and building the discipline that makes it all sustainable. You now have every tool necessary to transform your life. But here's the truth: knowledge without execution is worthless. You can understand every principle clearly, but if you don't act on them starting today, nothing will change. The gap between knowing and doing is where most dreams fade away. So here's your turning point. Will you be someone who learns and applies, or someone who learns and forgets? The time for hesitation is over. Not next week, not next month, not next year. Today. Right here. Right now. Because each day you delay is a day of growth lost forever. Every wasted hour is one you'll never get back. Maybe you're telling yourself, I'll start when I have more time. But the truth is, you'll never magically have more time. You'll only shift priorities. Or maybe, I'll start when I feel motivated. But motivation doesn't come first. Action creates motivation. Or perhaps, I'll start when conditions are perfect. But perfect conditions don't exist. Real success is built in messy, imperfect circumstances. This is what achievers know that others miss. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. You don't need all the answers. You just need to take the first step. You don't need to be great to get going. You need to get going to become great. Now think about the compound effect of beginning today. One focused hour per day equals 365 hours in a year. That's like enrolling in a university for over 9 full weeks dedicated only to your top goals. In just a year, you could become highly skilled in your chosen field. And if you stay consistent for 5 years, that's over 1,800 hours of focused growth. Enough to become world-class at nearly any skill. Enough to master a new language, launch a thriving business, or establish expertise in your profession. Picture who you'll be in 1 year. Picture the abilities you'll have, the opportunities available, the life you'll be living, all sparked by one decision: to dedicate a single hour each day to yourself. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time? Now. The same applies to your personal growth. You can't rewrite the past, but you can absolutely design your future, starting today. So ask yourself, will this be another day of excuses, or the first day of your transformation? Another day stuck as the person you've always been, or the first step toward the person you want to become? Your future self is watching. They're hoping you choose growth over comfort, action over excuses, discipline over convenience. They're depending on you to make the decision that builds the life they'll live. Don't let them down. Don't let yourself down. Start today. Start now. Grab a piece of paper and write down your commitment. What time will your daily growth hour be? What will you focus on first? Which book will you read, or which skill will you begin practicing? Make it specific, make it tangible, and then make it happen. Because every hour you invest in yourself is an hour invested in your future. Every day you commit to progress brings you closer to your vision. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're constructing the life you truly want. The time for excuses is gone. The time for waiting is finished. The time for action is now. Your transformation starts with your very next hour. Make it count. Thank you for choosing to grow with Learn English with Stories and Hiores. If this message resonated, hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content designed to help you expand both your English skills and your life. Share this with someone who needs the reminder. Your support allows us to reach even more people ready for change. Until next time, keep practicing, keep advancing, and never stop trusting the power of consistent daily action. Your calm, confident future begins today.